What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Roy's Customs. Today I'm going to show you my custom budget paint job. So here we go. I did get my primer on. I will need to block it, but I'll have to wait at least till tomorrow to block it. And then once I get it blocked, I will give it another good wipe down, and then I will be ready to put my base coat on, because I do have that. I did get it earlier than I expected, so hopefully I'll be able to get it base coated tomorrow, and then we'll see what happens from there. So we'll try to go the full length of the panel, especially on a nice long run like the hood or even the roof. Try to go as far as you can. I know it's hard on the roof because, you know, nobody's arms are really that long unless you're a really tall person. But most average height people can't reach all the way across the roof unless it's a very small car. And you want to be careful around the edges, which I actually have a couple of spots that I sort of, but it's okay because once I get this done, my next coat is actually more primer, but it's going to be black primer instead of the gray, because I'm using that as my base coat. Alright, so now that I got this whole car blocked and all the overspray is off of it, now number one, that is one of the reasons why I spent so much time prepping the body before I even actually did the actual primer. I wanted to make sure that it was as smooth as possible before I put the surfacer on it. That way, when I block the surfacer, that means it's so much more leveled off and smooth. Now, the base coat is actually going to be black lacquer high build primer, and I'll probably do 2 coats of that. And the reason is because I'm going to be doing something a little different, and I didn't want to spend a fortune on some black base coat. So what I am doing is kind of special, and I'll get to that after I get the black primer on here for you. Okay, so as you can see, the first coat of black is blocked. I'll need to blow it off, wipe it down, and then I'll be shooting the second coat of black on, and I will show you some of that, so we'll get right into it. Alright, so now that we got the second coat on, I'm going to let it go ahead and dry, and then I will mix up my magic fairy dust for my base coat, or my first coat of clear, and then hopefully after that dries we'll get it top coated. But I do need to go get another can of lacquer thinner, because that's what I usually use to cut my lacquer high build primer with. Now, as far as this black goes, I had to thin it way out, like a lot. Use a little bit of 800 grit steel wool, and then you just kind of knock off the overspray dust on your final coat. Now, we're not trying to sand it back down or anything, just like barely any pressure and just enough to knock the overspray off, you know, just to knock it down. You will end up with lines a little bit, especially in black, but you can get that usually with some prep oil or whatever you decide to use. Like I say, don't need a lot of pressure, just enough to knock off that overspray dust. So anyways, once you get that done, you can actually just spray it up, blow it off with the air hose. I'm going to be using some magical fairy dust. This one happens to be blue to purple. I'll have a little link down below of a few different colors. This is actually Paint with Pearls on Amazon, or you can go to paintwithpearls.com if you want, I suppose. It's just easier to go to Amazon for me as far as I'm concerned. But anyways, this is what we're going to add to the clear coat. Alright, so I do have this thing base coated with the pearl color. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to let this sit for a little while, let it flash. And also I need to clean out my paint gun really good so I can get the pearls out of it. And then I'll go to the straight clear coat, and then we'll see what it looks like after that. I do know that it'll probably still need cut and buff in a couple of weeks. You want to make sure you let it set for quite a while so it cures up pretty good. And this, it actually says 8 to 12 hours. But I'm not going to buy into that. I'm going to give it a week or two, and then I'll cut and buff. So I'm going to go ahead and take the time out, and then I'll be back with the clear coat. Okay, so this is 2 coats of clear. I'm going to be putting a 3rd coat on. And obviously it will need cut and buffed after it, you know, gets set up and dried and cured and stuff. But so far so good. I mean, even though it's not perfect, you can still see your sort of reflection, your shadowy reflection in it. But once it gets clear cut and buffed, it'll be a whole different ball game. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit, take time out, let my hands dry out some, because those gloves are very hot and sweaty. So anyways, I'll get back and I'll do the 3rd coat of clear, and then give you all another good walk around what it looks like. And so then, like I say, the only thing left will be the wet sand and buff later on. So okay, so I got that final coat on. I did slow down a lot so it would fill in. I think it looks pretty phenomenal for what it is and where it's at. Like I say, you see how bad it's got the orange peel or whatnot. The overspray is actually what that is. The paint gun is like the $20 paint gun that they used to have at Walmart, so I really didn't expect a whole lot coming from a $20-some paint gun. It's Campbell Hausfeld. They don't even sell them no more. So anyways, I'll have some links down below for different stuff, like the pearls and whatever, just some of the materials that I've used during this video. And so anyways, I sure appreciate y'all watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notifications if you wish, and that way you can keep up with everything else that's going to be going on with the Mark IV golf build. I'll still have to do reassembly, so I'll start reassembly probably in a couple of days. I didn't spend a lot of money, but I did spend a lot of time on this paint job, and actually I think it turned out really well. And also, once I get it wet sanded and buffed out, it'll look 100 times better. I did use a 2K clear, so anyways, I sure hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys liked the paint job. If not, then, well, can't please everybody, so you might as well please yourself, right? Okay, so anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notifications, and have a spectacular day or night, whichever one it is for you. Peace out.